Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to all of you once again. Our 6 digits program for future members. Thank you very much for joining in. I hope all of you are feeling good today. Good to hear that. What we've got on the screen, as you can see, is the joining link for our WhatsApp group that we created day before yesterday. We have about 50 people in there. I asked Feroz to put it up on the screen so that more people who've joined in today, and if they've not become a part of the group so far, they should be able to do so. So while we are doing a recap of what happened day before yesterday, um, yeah. So what happened day before yesterday, we are also going to leave this up for a bit and then take it down and continue with our work. So today's session is going to be about goal setting. And today is the final session about goal setting. I'm going to show you two very interesting videos. We're going to work on the model that we started to work on, the OPA model, and we're going to plot our objectives in it today. So I hope yesterday and today in the morning or the day before, you did get time to look at the OPA model. You did plot some of your priorities, some of your objectives in. Did you explore? I hope you did. But did you explore the difference between goal setting and objectives? What is what? Which one is long term? Which one is shorter term? Etc. So what's the difference? So these are the things that we are going to discuss today. And for Saturday also, you are going to work on the same goal setting process, and everyone is going to share their goals, at least one, at the most three goals or objectives. They're going to share and they're going to ask for feedback. Okay, feedback is extremely important. If people are not suggesting or giving feedback to others, they should not expect feedback for themselves. But I think what I noticed in this group last Saturday was that the leaders were doing a fantastic job, and people were also contributing a lot very positively, trying to take their turns, trying to raise hands, doing it in a very disciplined manner. So I would very strongly urge that you should continue doing that, but better than last time. I mean, this time around on Saturday, you must be more vocal. You must analyze or I would not say criticize for the sake of criticism, but for the sake of improvement, you should give your feedback to the person who has shared his or her objectives and goals with you. So that's our message to begin with. um, I have the questions window open in front of me, and for the time being we will not be able to share this questions window with you because we've got the group invitation on display at the moment. But I can read some of the comments for you, and better than that, if you can raise hands and speak, I think that will make the session more interactive. So Rida Hashmi has written something about her diary. Rida, if you can raise your hand, I can unmute you and you can share it with us yourself firsthand. And Ozair has already raised his hand as well. So if I can get all the hand raises in one place, and that should be good. Um, okay, Ozair, I'm going to unmute you. Please share your takeaways from the last session with us. Yes, Ozair. Ozair, your voice is breaking. Sorry, Uzair, you'll have to probably reconnect. Your internet is not in a good shape. Anas Khan. Rita probably is unable to speak because she's heading back home. Um, Anas, you have been unmuted. Please go on. Oops, same situation. Sorry, Anas, we can't hear you. Can others hear Anas? Is it on my side or is it with everyone? If you can type in the questions box, were you able to hear Anas? Mohammed Waqas is saying no. No. Yeah, Anas, unfortunately, your internet connectivity is a little compromised as well. So can you reconnect and come back, please? Thank you. Okay. All right. Anybody else would want to make an attempt? We are looking at what? What was this about? Okay, we are looking at the recap of the last session. We have discussed uh, goal setting. We have discussed the OPA model. We have discussed, what should be done with objective. We saw a little video also talking about how simple, how specific, how detailed should the objective or the goals be. And there were questions about give examples of a few goals that one could set for oneself. I shared an example with you. Today we're going to work on that. I'm going to share a few more with you, and that's how we're going to run today's session. Okay, Zahra is saying that she feels some of the goals are too personal. That's perfectly all right. Your privacy or your personal information, we would not want that disclosed here. But if there are others that you can share, by all means, please. I am right now unmuting Hijab. So Hijab, if you can go on, and then Asad Rafiq has also raised his hand. Yes, Hijab, you have been unmuted. Uh, all right, Hijab, I don't see your hand anymore. Yes, Hijab, will you like to speak or shall we move on? I think Hijab has put a question in the questions box now. Guys, I'll prefer if you can raise hands and speak instead of just typing in. Asad Rafiq, there we go. Asad, I have unmuted you. Can you please speak?
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, great. Thank you. We can hear
First
you.
of all, Assalamu alaikum to everyone. Uh, Actually, my question is related to Nauro's suggestion, which he put last in the last session. He suggested
Okay,
that we should have a column of completion of percentage.
right.
So, as far
That's
as the quantitative goal is concerned, like the accomplishment of certain level of salary, it can be
mhm.
measured by percentage. It can be gauged by completion of percentage. But what if we have a qualitative goal? How can we measure its completion percentage?
Uh, okay. I think it's judgmental, but at least if you can, in any way, if your goal has to be measurable, the progress towards the goal will also have to be measurable. So I don't think there should be any difficulty. It's judgmental, though. There will not be a hard and fast figure assigned to it. But in any case, you can see, you can, in your own minds, feel that you've sort of completed 50% of what was set, or looking at the activities only, you will be able to, in my opinion, should not be very difficult to determine how much of the
Okay.
work has been completed.
Okay.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. Thank you. Anybody else who would like to speak? I hear somebody's mic is on. Hijab once again. Hijab, are you sure you like to speak this time? I've unmuted you. Please go on. Yes.
Hi Harun, how are
And
you?
you went offline. Perfectly all right. Thank you very much, Hijab.
Uh,
You went offline for a bit. Is your
yeah, I
connection
was
stable now?
unable to. Yeah, my connection is stable now. I was unable to unmute myself, or I was even unable to hear you out. So I just reconnected again. So here's a lit.
Okay.
I want to give a little recap of the last session we had, and it's about
Mm-hmm.
goal setting, and it should be smart and it should be quantifiable. The one thing I want to add that day, I actually didn't got a chance to speak that day completely, so it was like
Mm-hmm.
we should be disciplined. Like I'm setting some goals and I was unable to cope or to like, what should I, how do I put it, like I was unable to follow my routine. It was kind of tough to wake up early in the morning before your work routine and to read something. So I just realized that I need to be more disciplined to wake up early in the morning. Like I have to go to bed early in the night. And yeah, so I was like, okay, you just can't write on the Excel sheet what your goals are. Actually, you have to be disciplined and you have to follow it rigorously. Like there is no flexibility in following a routine. Na, to like you need 21 days to be habitual of that routine. So I was like, okay, and it was like kind of tough to like in the beginning to follow the routine, but somehow you
Mm-hmm.
managed to follow it. So I just found it like
Um,
it's a basic thing to be a discipline and follow your routine, or whatever you have the goal, you have to follow it strictly. Like there is no like there is a flexibility element, but you just I just recall that you said there is no flexibility. Actually you amend a little bit according to the situation rather than the flexibility. So at
mm.
times you are tough with you and you have to like shuffle your schedule, but there must be something like and the second thing I was pointing out, that I need to reward myself. Like if I am
Oh,
accomplishing my I am accomplishing my goal, so I have to reward myself a little to be more motivated to towards the next step of my goal. So
well,
that's
I'm glad
what I
that
want.
we are, I mean, we are not agreeing to agree always. I mean, I'm glad that there are counter thoughts, and I'm glad people have been thinking deep. Hijab, to your first point, which was about maybe writing down is not as important as disciplining yourself. So my answer to that is that the only purpose of writing down your objectives and your purpose and your actions, the only reason for doing that is to make you think through the objective and make you very clearly visualize and see what do you need to do, when do you need to do it, why are you doing it, and last but not the least, how are you going to be there. So it's very important from that perspective. I can say for myself at least that unless and until I start scribbling on a piece of paper of my thoughts, I my thoughts are a little jumbled up always. It's not that easy to lay them out, iron them out, and understand them very clearly. So that is why, in order to put your thoughts on a piece of paper, in order to put your thoughts in a worksheet, the only purpose behind that is that you have clarity.
Yeah, I'm not
Self-discipline,
against
I
that.
agree.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. I'm not against of writing it down on an Excel sheet. I'm just like, once it's on the paper, then I have to be disciplined to follow them. Like without discipline,
Yeah,
I can't even follow them.
that to that, I fully agree. I think there is no second way of by that. You'll have to be very, very disciplined. I fully agree with rewarding yourself. If you get into a routine, and if you're doing the same thing over and over again every day, there comes a time when you're a little laid back and you start thinking, oh, I've been working so hard on this. And there could be a dull moment, a weak moment in your life, and you say, oh, I've not been successful so far, so let's give it up. Let's do something else. It's perfectly all right to motivate yourself as well and keep yourself motivated all along. There could be various ways of motivation. There could be, it could be a discussion or sharing your success so far in little bits and pieces, sharing that with people who care about you. Uh, but but hijab, where you saying that we could be, we need to be flexible around our objective, I still don't agree to that. You could be flexible about the activities that you have
Yeah, like
set to
yeah,
to help the achieving the objective. I mean, the objective
yeah.
must not change. The
Like
objective
objective
should be
is like
very
the
clearly
fixed
thought.
thing.
Yes,
Yeah, objective
the
is like the
activities of
fixed thing
what could,
and yeah, yeah. You are right. I
right?
absolutely
So
agreed with you. Yeah.
yeah, so circumstances could change. If, for example, at a certain time back in 2019, if you were thinking about socializing with people, having a very big network of your friends, family, a professional network, etc., meeting a lot of people. If you're thinking about that as an action to, to a goal, automatically it would have to change because of circumstances, and you would not let your objectives slip out because of, let's say, COVID being in place. You would have to think about another activity, take out, personally face-to-face meeting individuals, but find out another activity, maybe bring in social media a lot more, therefore, to help you achieve your objective. So excellent thoughts. I think I'd agree with most, in fact all. Just a couple of deviations, and today the videos that we're going to see, they're going to further cement this. They're going to put that element of motivation in it as well. This video that I'm going to share with you in a little bit, it is really, really, it's very, very motivational. It's I called it a dose of motivation yesterday. So I'll share that with you. Mukhazar Ahmed Khan, very quickly, if you can share. Let's be very brief because we don't want to take too much time in a recap only. We have a lot of things to do today. So Mukhazar, you've been unmuted, and after that, Sara Batul, please stay ready.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Mukhazar, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you, sir?
Thank you very much. Yes, Mukhazar.
Sir, I just needed to add a little bit regarding writing. I came across a psychologist Jordan Peterson video on YouTube. He says that writing is 50% of what you think. Uh, he says it's important you write because what you think you write, otherwise you will never understand yourself. So I thought my fellow colleagues and seniors could also help from it. So I thought I must
Yeah.
share it. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I mean, that reinforces the point that you need to write things down for clarity's sake, and that sort of automatically starts raising a lot of questions in your mind when you're discussing it, when you're writing it down. So thank you very much for bringing that up. Sarah, your turn, and after that, Uzair Ahmed. Sarah, I've unmuted you.
Assalamualaikum. आवाज आ रही है आपको? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you
जी
loud
जी.
and clear.
Harun sir, I wanted to make a comment on hijab's point as well. I am personally a staunch believer in improvisation. So usually I think it's more encouraging if you keep improvisations in mind. Discipline is excellent. Discipline is like, you have to make sure that you don't give up. Basically, you keep working on it. But we
Yeah.
live in a very unsystemized country. I mean, no offense to it, but we all know that systems are not well developed. And
All right.
secondly, currently the environment has become so uncertain that even if we jot down a lot of things, because I have tried to discipline myself a lot according to the list. And the day I realized that I need to improvise was the day I was more disciplined in continuing to make my efforts. So that's my opinion on that.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be more encouraging for the ones who are not motivated at all and who are like, they don't believe in themselves. And secondly, I wanted to make a point on the last our sessions where one person was talking about that he can achieve the small goals but cannot achieve the longer term goals, and he cannot like make ambitions for the longer term basically. I think
Yeah.
generally we all lack this because the kind of environment we live in, it's less ambitious. We are like, कि ज़्यादा जल्दी we're satisfied कि okay, हाँ, this is enough. We don't need more. So वो ambition generally lacks in us, and I think ये एक table talk in the house has to be instilled. Otherwise, in schools maybe, yeah, generally in our talks, it has to be instilled and encouraged कि हम बड़े ambitions कर लें या longer term sustainability पे सोचें rather than just small things. Obviously, small leads to the bigger, but that is the reason our mindset is not articulated in that way कि हम बड़ा सोच सकें.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Tara. I'm glad that the people are raising these points, because the videos that I'm going to share with you, they're going to address these points. So should you be dreaming big, or should you be looking at small baby steps, bite-sized little successes, or should your ultimate objective be something very achievable? We've been talking about these, and thank you very much for bringing them up. Another thing that you mentioned was that the circumstances around us are changing, and therefore we should improvise. Yes, I agree, we should improvise, and I can tell you there are two types of personalities that there are. Some with internal locus of control, and these are the type of people who would blame themselves, look inside them for solutions to issues or problems that they face. And there are others who have an external locus of control, who would look outward. Yeah. So there is nothing wrong with being one type or the other. But the thing is that this is the way people resort to fixing issues, correcting themselves when they are in certain situations.
The
So
second
a
is the
person with
improvisation one.
no, the second one is the external people with external locus of control.
Yeah,
They're
but
the ones who
those are the
would
ones who improvise.
those are the ones who would, I mean, improvisation can be done by anyone. So what I'm trying to say is that when you're saying that the circumstances, for example, are not right around you, you're probably reflecting as a person with an external locus of control, and therefore not taking charge of that situation, and at least in your sphere trying to fix
Interesting.
things or correct things yourself, isn't it? So, and rather than saying that, look, something wrong in our vicinity, in our surrounding, in our city, in our country, the pollution outside is so bad, I can't go out for a jog every day, etc. Improvisation will help you there as well. Yeah. But it's about taking charge of the situation. Yeah. And still continuing with your determination. I think that would be an answer to some of what you said.
Nice.
Interesting. But once again, you will be looking at a video very shortly, and that will sort of once again, I call it the Red Bull of motivation. So you really enjoy that.
Nice.
Uzair, you're next.
Okay.
You're already unmuted. Can you unmute and speak? Uzair Ahmed. Yes. Ooh, okay. No, I'm sorry. Once again, Uzair, your connection is not working for you. Uzair, if you could once again see if you can relocate to a better place, and then we'll be able to speak. Anas, if you are ready, you are also unmuted. You tried speaking as well. Very sorry. Both of you, you're facing the problem. Anyway, so while you try to fix your internet connection, I think it's time. We've already spent about 25 minutes recapping, but I'm glad we did that. Some very, very interesting conversation originated from this. I'm going to now play a video, and for that, I have to make myself a presenter, and therefore, this screen that you are seeing will disappear. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to now play this video for you. Have all of you heard of Denzel Washington? Denzel Washington. All right. If you have, listen to this. This is what I call the Red Bull of motivation. Putting myself on mute. Okay, thank you very much. All right, let's look at what was this video all about. First of all, did you get some answers to the questions that you were asking a little while ago? So Sarah, I think hijab, Sarah, uh, and there were a couple others who were also speaking. Yeah. So yeah, Mukhazir. So what do you think? What do you think about the video? What messages? I think the loudest message that came out in the end was fall forward. Fall forward. Don't look back. Don't fall back. Don't think about having an option to fall back on. That's very, very important. I mean, the message was partly practical, partly spiritual, um, um, partly psychological also. Yeah, and it was a mix actually, and it was a cut and paste thingy as well. So messages from various university speeches. So for example, from Pennsylvania State University, Penn State, from a couple of other universities. I think some very, very positive messages came about. Thank you very much. I would once again be looking at people raising hands. So I don't know whether these are old hands or new hands, but I'm going to lower them all, and I would request you to come again, raise hands again, and talk. And one message per person. I think Asad Rafiq wants to make a point. Asad, unmuting you. Go on. Yes, Asad. Ikra Hanif next.
So the video was amazing. Actually, it made me
Yeah.
emotional. The best
It
part
gives
of
you
the
goosebumps.
video I like. Okay, the best part of the video is which I like is put God first.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that was the
And
spiritual element in it. Yeah,
yes,
yeah, that
and
was
the
the
second
spiritual.
one is that live to make a difference. I think we should live to make a difference, not to aspire to be a living best life.
Yeah, yeah. Just don't live to make a living, live to make a difference. Yeah, that's very important as well.
Yes,
I mean, some practical, some spiritual, but also some psychological things as well. This was the psychological element in it. So thank you very much, Asad. I know, equally emotional here, but some very strong messages came about, I must say. Thank you very much, Asad. I'm going to
yes,
go on
exactly.
to Muzaffar Hussain. Muzaffar, I'm going to unmute you. Please speak. And Mukhazir is going to be next. I still want to see a lot of hand raises. People still typing messages in. Please, hand raise. I want you to speak. Hijab. Muzaffar, yes, Muzaffar, go on.
Assalamu alaikum to all.
One message per person. There were a lot of messages, one message per person. Okay, Rida, I can see that.
Okay, that
Yeah.
is a very amazing video, and at the same time very motivational as well. And it's just summarize all the core ingredients to have success. What I got, and if I would like to talk about one thing, and that is very relevant for me, that is the tech risk, because I'm a very tech risk averse person, and I always do something what is Everest.
But Muzaffar, what was the full message about taking risks? There was another
That is a
element that came in.
small step one time.
Yes, yes. Take small risks. Take small risks, and automatically, your
so it
success will become.
make me overwhelming.
Yeah, yeah. That's right. That's right. Thank you very much, Muzaffar. Let's go on to Norez, and then we'll come to Hijab. Hijab has spoken already, so Norez's turn this time. Oh, it's changing. Here we go. And at the same time, Norez, if you can just give me a second. Sajid is, for example, asking, can you elaborate fall forward? So Norez, if you can elaborate on that as well, and then I'll bring in my perspective also. What do you think about falling forward, Norez? Norez, you've gone back on mute. If you can unmute yourself.
I
Yeah,
think
now.
you explain to him. I will explain it
Okay.
after.
All right. Okay. All right. So I'll go first. Sajid, by falling forward, Denzel Washington meant that we always, whenever we are planning, we always have in mind, so if this thing fails, I should have something to fall back upon, right? So that was the opening statement. Every time I plan to do this in my, for example, if I've in my A level exams, if I got certain score, I prefer to do this, but as a fallback option, I'll do that. Yeah. So what he meant was that you should never plan for a fall back. You should plan for a fall forward. Yeah. So which means you don't take a step back when you've fallen down and deviate another course. Make up your mind. If you set a goal for yourself, if you fall down, get up, learn from what your mistakes were because of which you've fallen down, and continue your quest in the same direction, right? Don't have alternate plans in place always, which should be your fallback options. Okay. Always have one very clear, determined, objective or goal in mind. um, Work towards it very, very actively. If you fall on the way, you need to get up and continue forward. Continue forward. Don't start tracking backwards. That is what the message was. And there was very, very clear, message about failing as well. And Denzel was so very particular about, you are destined to, you will definitely fail, in your course in life, right? And if you're not failing, you're not doing enough, you're not doing anything, right? That was very important. That just goes to show that failure should be a part of all your goals and your plans. You should think about, all right, if this doesn't work, where do I take this next to a next level so that I continue to meet my objective? Sorry, Norez, I've taken your time. Go on. You should speak now.
Hello everyone. You have said it excellently. The message that liked I most in the video was do not just make dreams, also make goals. Link goals with the
Yeah,
dreams you make.
yeah,
Also,
yeah, yeah.
the guy used two words, consistency and discipline. It is a very basic thing. We should do it. And also another
Mm,
thing I want to add is we should not make our goals regularly or update our goals because we should stick to our plan. Sticking to our plan is a basic thing, I think so. And
yeah, yeah. Exactly
yeah,
what was discussing in the beginning before watching this video, and what hijab also came up with. It is exactly what we were discussing. There's another very interesting quotation from a very successful individual. I don't know whether you've heard of Dr. Amjad Saqib in Pakistan. If you, those who are not from Pakistan, if you can search um, Akhuwat, right? So that's an organization that gives micro loans at no cost to people, and only with the promise that you'll give the money back, and the recovery rate is 99.9%. Dr. Amjad Saqib says, dreams are not what you watch. I mean, he said this in Urdu. I'm trying to translate it. Dreams are not what you watch during sleep. Dreams are what keep you from sleeping. ख्वाब वो नहीं जो सोते में देखे जाएं, ख्वाब वो हैं जो आपको सोने ना दें. They should keep you from sleeping. Just think about that. um, I mean, dreams should be your aspirations. I am dreaming of, I'm aspiring for something. Yeah. Not what you're watching when you're sleeping, and then when you wake up, it's all gone, it's all washed away. That was his definition of dreams. I think very powerful once again. All right. We go to Alina and Hijab. I'm sorry, I'm going to push you down once again. So, Alina, you're unmuted. One key takeaway from this video from you. Please unmute yourself. You're unmuted from my side.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Alina, we can hear you.
Okay, so my main takeaway from the video was that analogy that you're on the deathbed and you have all your talents and all the things that you could have done and you have not done that. You have not utilized your potential, and then on your deathbed, they are cursing you and you are regretting it. I think that
Yeah,
was something that I
yeah.
related on the
And
very
they're all your
instant.
strengths. Yeah, they're
Yes,
all
they
your
are always,
strengths that you had
yes.
all along and you never used them.
Yeah, and for some
And
reason or for some fear, you didn't went for the things that you know deep down that you can do, but there's always you always find a reason or an excuse to not go to, because uh kahin na kahin you are just afraid of the failure, or maybe you don't you're not really willing to take that risk. You don't really want to get out of your comfort zone. So I related to
mm,
that a lot.
mm, mm, mm. Great, thank you very much. Thank you. Good one. Let's pick up from where did my mouse put to go? All right, Mukhazir. Where did Hijab go now? Hijab, you lowered your hand, so I'm going to give a chance to Mukhazir to speak. Mukhazir, you want to speak now? I've unmuted you. The last couple of comments, and then we'll move on. Mukhazir Ahmed Khan. Sorry, you're unmuted now. Yes, go on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Uh, I the time I had been listening to this video, I was thinking about what I was not thinking about what he is saying, but I was thinking what the confidence he is saying, and with tempo, and how carefully he has selected his words so that they can leave a mark. I was thinking
Mhm.
about in that perspective. Uh, yeah, well, you have already said that it was a mix of spiritual and uh, practical approach. Uh, I That's what has impressed me in the video. Uh, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Mukhasa, there's a particular reason why we were all listening to Denzel Washington very intently. Also, yes, his choice of words was very eloquent. He'd done his or he'd written up his speech very carefully. But there was a reason why we were listening to him so intently and watchfully. So, and that's purely because we had a successful person, a person with an international fame in front of us. And whenever we listen to somebody who's been so successful, we all listen very intently. If these the same dialogue, the same things that would have been said by an unknown individual. And had we not known about the person's success or achievements in life, we would have said, all right, who cares? Maybe not. We would have found out, um, you know, different point of views from the speech. But that's also a psychological impact. There is this element in this video which he hasn't described. In Denzel Washington, do you know that he had failed for many years in his life before becoming successful? Do you know that he wanted to start his career by singing? Yeah, he wanted to become a singer, and he went for auditions. He was failed. He went for auditions again, failed again. Then he thought he should switch to acting. He went for acting auditions. I think for a number of years he continued to fail till the time he got that opportunity of the lifetime, and then he picked it up and see where he is today. Yeah, that incident about the beauty shop, when he was at at his mother's beauty shop, um, some that was probably the time when all of a sudden things started changing for him. Yes, luck, but I would say, had it been somebody else, he would have given up midway. He would have thought about another career. He would have thought about something else in life, but he continued to, work towards his dream. Same was, Colonel Sanders, if you've heard of, the man who was the founder of KFC. It was, I think, he was around 70 years of age when, after a number of of business opportunities or business ideas that he's trying to make a success out of, but it was probably at 70 years of age that his idea of fried chicken clicked. He had failed all along. He had failed till the age of about 70, and it was only after that an idea clicked. But I mean, look at the consistency from that. So that was an interesting part. I think we've discussed the video enough. There are a couple of hands still raised. I'm going to allow two more people to talk, and then we're going to jump to a second video. Okay. Amara Sabur, yes, I have unmuted you, and Kamran Hussain would be next. Anas, we'll see if you can speak as well, if you have time. Yes, Amara, can you unmute yourself? Amara
Hello,
Sabur.
Assalamu alaikum. Ji,
Assalamu
Assalamu
alaikum.
alaikum. Okay, so what I think this video was about, it was about being stubborn about your dreams. So being stubborn like a child is, because the child never gives up. And
Okay.
yeah, secondly, it's about consistency. So you need to have consistency in achieving your dreams. You should not stop. If you fail once, you can try 10 times, you can try 100 times, but you should never stop following your dreams. And you have to be as stubborn as a child is, because the child never stops.
All right. I'm very, very, very excited about the analogies you people are using. So stubborn as a child. Thank you very much, Amara. Thanks for that. Next is who was it? Kamran Hussain. Yes. I'm looking for people who haven't spoken. Come on, guys. Kamran Hussain, your time, your opportunity.
Okay, hello everyone.
Hi, Kamran.
I would like to add to the previous comment, like stubborn as a child, and we should try again and again, and something like that. That was in the video. If you don't fail, you are not even trying. So, first thing is
Yeah.
to try and fail. And if you are not like trying, you will not fail, and you are at the like base. You are not going up. You are not moving forward. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's it.
I think
What
there
I
was
got
there was
from it.
another there was another thing he mentioned alongside that. If you're doing something for the first time, do things that you've not done before. So something like that. What was it? Would you remember that?
No, I don't remember
If you're
that.
doing something new, I'm saying if you're doing something new, try doing things which you haven't done before. Yeah, because if you continue to do what you have always done, you'll continue to get what you've always gotten. Right?
Ah,
Same
remember.
input, same outcome. Right? New
Right.
input, new outcome. That's what he meant in a way. Yeah. So
Okay.
that was also very interesting. Thank you very much, Kamran. Thank you. And last but not the least, Anas, you can see if you can speak again now, but if your internet connection is fixed. Yes, Anas. Nope. Apologies for that. I think it's going to be like this for this session. But in any case, we'll make sure that next time you have a better connection, you should be able to speak as well. So all right. So that's this video, and then let's now switch on to a bit. There's another short video that I would want to hear, and that is more specific about goal setting. Okay, this was motivational and goal setting. The one we are going to do next is very, very specific about how to set goals, what should be a goal, and what should come alongside a goal setting. So let's watch this video. by John Doerr. So if you're unable to, let me see if I can copy this. No, I cannot. So this is a TED talk by John Doerr, right? The name of the video is Why the Secret to Success is Setting the Right Goals. So Setting the Right Goals by John Doerr. I'm going to roll up, put myself Okay, all right. So how was that? Questions, dialog box, and raise hands. Somebody's microphone is unmuted. Can you please take care of that? Just quit this, and I hope it'll just go away. Yeah. Okay. I am guessing that these are old hand raises, and we're going to lower them. Um, Once again, a very, very interesting, very useful video about, okay, so I've noted you, about objectives, what, why, and then talking about how. Um, Pretty much what we had done the other day. But I mean, this one gave a lot of examples with it. Again, once again, an excellent way proving that you must stick to your goals and you must continue to work harder to achieve those goals. So don't shy away from achieving your goals as you go along. So Asad, you're going to go first. You can unmute yourself and speak, and Hasnan is next. And straight after a couple of more comments, we're going to go back to our Excel sheet, and we're going to start writing down objectives. I'll give you about 10 minutes to write them down because I've already given you some time. So I hope somebody will already be ready to present, and then we'll come back in with at least 2 or 3 um, OPA worksheets by you people, and we're going to discuss them. Yes, Asad.
Uh, so
Asad Nafi.
I took two things away from this video. The first one is your results will tell you if you are on track in achieving your goal or not. And the second one is once you have set a goal and you just divided into it sub goals. If one sub goal is not accomplished within a respective time, you should accumulate it into next one. The This is what I learned from that video.
Okay, okay, good. Thank you very much. Good, useful advice. Hasnan, I'm going to unmute you, Hasnan Mahmood. So Hasnan has not spoken at least today. So let's hear from him. Yes, Hasnan, go on. Hasnan, you're unmuted, but we can't hear you. Probably the device that you have attached for microphone is not working. Can you try again? No, unfortunately not. You'll have to work on your peripheral, the device for. I find these the best because there's no Bluetooth connectivity and no complications. Hasnan, try to fix your device. Unfortunately, we'll have to move on. Okay. Any other comment? Any other comment? Any other key takeaways from this video? OKRs. I think that was the most important thing for you to remember. The story about Google and how it was presented to the 2 founders of Google, and then how it was transcended to every Googler, and Googler is an employee of Google. Every Googler has the OKRs publicly visible. Yeah, and this is not the purpose, he said, is not to get financial rewards or bonuses as a result. The purpose is bigger than that. So I think let's move on. I'm going to show yes, Zara and Alina saying objectives should be significant and inspirational. Yes. um, Zahra, I did mention about objectives should not, it should be stretching yourself. These objectives should be a stretch as well. It should not be very easily achievable. A strong sense of why is crucial. Why it is crucial for setting goals. A strong sense of why is crucial for setting goals. Yes, you need to know the purpose, and that's exactly what we were talked about as well. what's OKRs? OKRs, objectives, and KRs stand for key results. Objectives, O for objectives, and KR for key results. I'm just going to share the screen with you, and therefore you should be able to see what we're talking about. Here it goes. Yeah, that's right, Hijab. Objectives and key results. So here you go. I should be able to see my Excel worksheet. Can you please tell me if it is visible? This Excel worksheet? Yes. Okay. So if you notice, I'm going to switch off the camera from here. If you notice, I've added one column to what we created the other day, and that column is key results, which is somewhat similar to how, but more measurable and sort of a yes no answer of have you achieved it or not, right? So something, whatever goes in key results is, it should have a yes no answer of yes, I have achieved this, or no, I have not. Okay, no gray areas, no overlaps. So that is what we're going to work on right now. Junaid, I've noticed your message, and a couple other individuals who are looking at the WhatsApp groups. Let's stay focused on this conversation right now. I've already said that we're going to put it up before the end of the session, so you can join the group then. And I'm also going to come back to you again with the rules of the group. Okay. Sarah is saying that from these videos, I'm realizing I need to define my goal, which is going in many directions, and stick to it once determined. Yes, yes, that's very right, and that's exactly was one of the purposes of showing these videos to you. I mean, last time we were having this conversation of finding it difficult to, find what your objectives should be and goals should be. Now, the time by my watch is 17 past the hour, and let's give ourselves time till half past 7. So that should give you about 13 minutes. This Excel sheet is going to remain on your screens. I can try to add it as a handout as well if you like, and you can pick it up and start populating it. Okay, so just give me a second. I'll bring up the, where we go. Okay, I'm just going to bring up and put this file in handouts as well. Okay. Sorry, I think I'll have to close it first. Give me a second. I'm closing this. Okay, yes, save it and then try to upload it again. I don't want my emails to be visible, so I'm just closing down everything. All right, so to upload it now. Yes, done. So the file has been uploaded as a handout, and you can now go back and download it from there. I can open it up as read only and share it once again. Here you go. All right, so once again, this file should be back. Open up the handouts, download this file, OPA from there, populate it. I mean, just remove whatever I've written in there, populate it with your own objectives, minimum 1, maximum 3, If you have more than one objectives, you need to have priorities in place as well. Please do not forget key results. Yesterday I was running this with members, and most of them had written actions, purpose, objectives, purpose, actions, but had not written about key results. It's perfectly okay if you come back with a partially complete list of objectives. It doesn't have to be fully there, but then try to be as specific as possible. Okay, try to be as specific and measurable as possible. All right, you've got 10 more minutes. I've been talking all through, but you've got 10 more minutes, and after that I'll ask for hand raises for people to share their objectives with us over here, and we will look at them and analyze them and give suggestions as well. So I'm putting myself on mute. You talk to you back on in 10 minutes. All right, friends. So time for us to start our conversation on what you've done. Looking at hand raises once again. So we'll only be able to give time to 2 or 3 people today, 2 or 3. So it's first come, first get, and everybody else will get an opportunity otherwise on Saturday in the unmoderated session to complete your work, to discuss, to share it with others. Um, get feedback, and then try to improve it. Of course, you know, setting your objectives or goals for life may not be as simple as a 10-15 minute job. It has to be very carefully thought out, very meticulously written, discussed, amended, but then once agreed and decided, then locked in. So that's the key message: commitment. You know, your ambition, your aspiration, that all remains with you. Um, okay. I'm waiting for hand raises. So if anybody has completed or partly completed and wants to share, I think would be good. Muzaffar, we see your hand raised. Let's straight away go for it. Muzaffar, first of all, I've unmuted you. Sorry. Yes, Muzaffar, I've unmuted you. I'll make you a presenter, and by that you will be able to share your screen with us. Are you ready for it?
Yes, yes, sir. Please.
Okay. So now you're going to become a presenter. You get a few other options in GoToWebinar. After I make Muzaffar a presenter, the screen that is in front of you will disappear. We'll be able to see Muzaffar's screen. Yes, Muzaffar. So if you switch on sharing, we will be able to see your screen. You have an option of turning on your camera as well. And so if you desire to do so, you can do that, and you pick it up from here. There should be a sharing option in your GoToWebinar menu now. So click sharing. Yes, we can see your screen. And now switch on your Microsoft Excel sheet, your OPA document.
Sharing.
No, we can see your screen now. You just have to pick up, just have to go to the
Okay.
bottom and select your
Okay.
Excel file.
Is it visible now?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, we can see
It's
it.
basically a PDF file. I convert it as PDF. I basically
Okay,
divide my goal into 3 areas. Basically, it would be 4 areas. Family part is too much personal, and that's why I didn't write that.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Here, first of all, is professional. I added here in extra column.
Time. All right. Okay, that's all right. That's
First
all right.
one is professional. Here I set 2 goals for me. One is very long term. That is the final goal of mine. That's be the CFO of any top 10 manufacturing organization. Before that, I would like to promote it to more senior role and increasing the remuneration.
Okay.
And for that, I set purpose to gather fund. Purpose is for gather fund for MBA, which is another action for being a CFO. I added here action.
Yeah.
This and attending CPD and networking event.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And action involved in more challenging projects and look for switching current organization if that not work. And I set the deadline 30 June 2022, and I set the priority as 2, and I set status as 60%.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay.
In the health part, I set 2 goal. One is reduce body weight by 5 kg, and there is increase sleeping time.
Okay, all right.
And purpose is basically to feel good. And action for reducing the body weight is work at least 5 days a week. And it's almost, I put a percentage as 70% because I already works for 2 or 3 days a week. Just I need to increase that time.
Be more regular, self-discipline. Yeah.
And sleep time action set for that is go bed early.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some spiritual goal as well. Perform the Fajr Salah timely and memorize 10 more surah.
Okay, exactly. Okay. Excellent. So, are you done presenting? Should we discuss your objectives?
Pardon, sir?
If you're done presenting, can we start discussing?
Yes, sure.
Okay, all right. So my first question to you is, when you say promoted to, I mean, this is the objective that you discussed in slight detail, that was promoted to more senior role and increasing the remuneration. This particular objective lacks specificity, and you have to be more specific, right? Which senior role will you like to target, and what should be the aspiration around remuneration? What level would you want to achieve? Fine, don't mention it here if you don't want to share in the group, but at least in your own mind, or after you've done sharing it, you need to put down what designation, which organization, and what exactly, up to what level of salary or remuneration that you would want to achieve. Okay, so try to put that there.
Thank you.
And then secondly, when you move on to action, okay, so when you're talking about this particular objective, which is to move to a more senior role, the purpose of doing that, one was to gather funds for, so have more funds available for your MBA program. That could be a purpose, yes. But then attending CPD and networking events by being more senior in your role, how does that relate?
Basically, this relate to the first goal. If we can see the see the action of the first goal, that is be a CFO. There I mentioned the action attending at least one professional networking event each month. I set that action there, and for that I need fund. Even get an MBA is also was the action for that goal.
Okay, so right now what I am feeling is that both these objectives are a little intertwined. I would say either have these as two separate objectives, yeah, and set different timelines. So if there could be a short-term objective, place it at a different priority level. If, let's say, being the CFO for top 10 manufacturing organizations, a little long-term objective, set your deadlines accordingly. Okay, so I can see you've done that in a way. So but since there are multiple timelines that you've set for it, I think you've mentioned that you would want to become the CFO in the next 8 years, isn't it? About 8 years. So till 2030, or 9 years rather. So till 2030, you're suggesting yourself, you're saying setting a target for yourself to become a CFO by that time. So I would say try to park these as two separate objectives. I mean, there's no harm in having two separate objectives, but and one can lead to the other. But when you're making the actions a purpose of another objective, that requires a little bit of clarity. That's what I would suggest. Second was, when you say status, does that mean that you've already done this much? So for example, when you're saying be the CFO of a top manufacturing organization, the way I'm reading it. And then you're saying the purpose is utilize my knowledge, skills, and experience to serve my family and community at large. Fine. Then you go on to the actions, and in front of the deadline, 31st December, you're saying you already achieved 25%. Is that how you're reading it?
Yes. Basically, I worked as a assistant manager in 3 or 4 manufacturing company, and I have got some
Okay.
experience what it looked like, and that's why I put 25%. But I need to achieve more because this is a huge industry, and
Yeah.
manufacturing industry is a complex area for accounting purpose or any operational thinking.
No, I just wanted to be sure that I'm reading it right, and that's why I asked this question. Another question is in under priority, you have written 1 and 2. So you've done your priorities by the type of your goal, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And that's why
All right.
the day before I talked about contradictory goals, because sometimes it happens that I have I have same priority for 2 different area of life. That's happened here.
Okay, all right. Good thought, good work. Can I ask some other colleagues from the session? Can anybody does anybody want to make a comment about what has been shown here? Muzaffar has shown you his objectives, his OPA document to you. So will you like to comment on what has been shared? Feedback, improvement? Sarah Batul, yes, please go on. Is that a hand raised for asking questions? Sarah, I have unmuted you. You can speak now. And
Ji,
Hijab, you.
yeah, my
Yes,
comment
Sarah.
would be just to add here that it's more or less where I think I realized I am going wrong too. You know, firstly, where the sir is setting 2 objectives. I mean, more or less they're the same technically. So what
Sarah, we're not able to
I
hear
would
you.
recommend
That's why
him that,
these 2
hello?
objectives fall in the same
Yes.
category or type,
Yeah,
professional.
yeah. Yeah, so I wanted to say that maybe we need to really, know how to stick to the plan, and I would recommend that you stick to being a CFO, and then maybe work your way around it, no matter what. Because the second objective is more or less a senior role too.
Part of
That's my comment.
that's a good one. Muzaffar, I think what Sarah means is that, in a way, your second priority for in your professional category of objective, the second one is actually leading to the first one. So
First,
promoted to more senior role is actually probably a milestone in your way to becoming the CFO. So what she's saying is that you either combine them and make one. Yeah, I think that's what Sarah is recommending.
Basically,
yes,
I
that
mean to
was
say is that like be stubborn about it, like as a child, as was being discussed. That's what I want to be, and I'm not gonna settle for less. That's what I'm trying to say. So would you add to it?
Yes, Muzaffar, you want to say to respond to Sarah?
yes. Thank you very much for your opinion. Yes, I will merge it or I put 1 for both of them.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, just psychologically, it's gonna work. I think what we're trying to learn here that let's be stubborn about achieving it and just focusing on it, because inshallah, senior roles would come anyway in the way. So CFO is where you should rest. Rest is never, but basically that's your achievement where you want to be.
Yeah.
All the best from me. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we lost you again. Uh, All right. So thank you very much, Sarah. Good observations. Good points raised. I think, like Sarah said, in my opinion, also, and if you merge them or you categorically separate them to, I mean, if they're contradicting or if they're not complementing, you could maybe split them. But then, if they're complementing objectives, they should be put together. That would bring about more clarity and in your thought as well. So that's that. Hijab, you are next, and after that we have Asad Rafiq. Very quickly, and then we'll go move on to the next presenter.
Oh, actually, Sarah have already pointed out my point, but
All
in
right.
that
Okay.
respect, I want to know what exactly, Muzaffar, do you mean by the more senior role after CFO? Like, are you pinpointing that after CFO you want to more senior? That is, I'm assuming that is CEO role. So, are you
No, no,
pinpointing
no.
to that thing, or like what exactly do you mean by senior, more senior role?
Currently,
Like,
I'm
I mean,
working as as an assistant manager.
uh-huh.
I'm currently working as an assistant manager. So when I'm talking about getting more senior role, this means deputy manager or manager.
Hmm.
Okay, okay.
That's an
So, like,
interim role
yeah,
that you said
like
for it.
you are going to follow that hierarchy, and then the ultimate goal is that for the CFO. I was thinking that there should be like the tabular representation is amazing, but when I'm writing my goals, I was like, "Okay, should I do like my long term goal should follow the short term goals? Like there is a hierarchy to be followed in my representation table. Like I saw this Muzaffar table, like he first pinpoint to the CFO, and underneath to that cell he write that more senior role. So should we go like this? Okay, first we pinpoint our long term goal, and then that followed by the short term
No,
goals.
no, I think, yeah, I think that's exactly where the difference between goals and objectives come in. Um, Goals are normally long term, but goals are less measurable. Objectives are a bit short term, but objectives are very specific and very measurable. So that's where the difference comes in. If I were to keep both, Muzaffar, I would call the first one as my goal and the second one as an objective. Okay, but since we are not differentiating them at this stage, I would again suggest that it's best to merge both so as to give more clarity. And if the second one becomes a milestone in achieving your role as a CFO, that is how we could then read it. Okay.
So this will be the action part.
It could become an action. It could become a milestone in your overall goal of becoming a CFO.
Okay.
Right. So next up, I'll ask Asad Rafiq. Asad, quick comments. Everybody else, I hope you're listening as well. Muhammad Sajid has said that Muzaffar, good work. People are appreciating your
Actually,
work.
my concern has been pointed out by Sarah. I would like to comment on the CFO goal.
Mhm.
As in the action column, I think there should be a experience included in action column. Like the CFO is a kind of post on which organization tends to hire a person with lot of experience. I think there should be experience should be included in the action column.
Asad, I don't know. I've seen very young CFOs as well. It's more about skills. It's more about mindset. It's more about those other factors rather than just age and experience. And if something like that has to happen, I mean, that's exactly why probably he's set a time period about 9 years from now. Had I been there, I would have made a more ambitious target and would have thought about how to get to that target in a limited amount of time. But that's something that you have to imagine your own circumstances and then decide. Yeah. So
Okay.
I would, ideally speaking, the ACCA qualification available to you, in about 5 to 7 years, I would, from the date of your membership, you should be you should either be at a controller position or a senior than that position. Okay, so that's the kind of progression that we normally noticed in members who've gained success earlier. So that's just some milestones that you can compare your objectives with. Okay, thank you very much. We
Okay.
spent quite some good time here. Thank you. Good work, Muzaffar. And thank you for being the first one. I'm lowering all hands once again, and we are once again looking at the next presenter. So who's going to be the next presenter? I'm looking at hand raises. We don't have much time left. We've got 9 minutes to go. So let's be very quick. Anybody else who's got the presentation ready? Okay, I still don't see anybody. Okay, that means people might still be working. That's okay. In that case, what we will do is that we will leave the presentation part to Saturday. And in these last 9 minutes, I'll do some housekeeping, and that is to tell you about the session on Saturday. There are about 59 or 60 individuals in the session, 60 individuals in the session right now. It's very simple. You go back to my emails that I had sent you. There's the first email in which I had shared the link to go to webinar with you. In the same email, underneath that link, there is the link available for your meetings on Saturdays. And I told you your links for moderated sessions are separate and the unmoderated sessions are separate. Please use that link to access your session on Saturdays. Feroz, what I would also want you to do is copy paste that link in the WhatsApp group now as well. I mean, since we have this group for coordination, before Saturday, place the link there, and I would expect people to use it on Saturday as well. Okay, so I'm once again going to make Feroz the presenter here. And Feroz, if you can put the screen up for WhatsApp groups. If you can share your screen so that people who still haven't joined the WhatsApp group, they should be able to do so. Feroz, if you're listening to me, please put up that screen. All right, and in the meanwhile, there we go. Thank you, Feroz. Yes, visible. Thank you very much. Yes. Feroz, can you also explain to people how, I mean, some were finding it difficult to join using this QR code. So can you once again explain to them on how it needs to be done?
Yeah, sure.
It's quite
What you guys need to do is you need to install a QR scanner from your app store if you're using the Google devices. If you're using an iPhone, go, get it from the from your app store. And what you need to do is scan that code that's on the screen, and it will lead you to a link that would have a join group tab, and you just simply just have to click on that. You will be added to that group right away.
Okay, Sarah is asking, can we use this QR code after the session ends too? So like yesterday, what we did was that once the session had ended, I requested Feroz to leave it on for a bit. So yes, for about 5 or 10 minutes, yes, we can afford to leave it there. But then eventually when we close the webinar, this will go away. Feroz, I think we did discuss that we could send an email containing the link, but that I'm deliberately holding on to that. That might happen over the weekend. But I am giving the active participants the first right to join the group, because once I share this as an email, there'll be a lot of people who are currently not live, attending it live. They might join, and then there may not be enough space left. So I would say try and join now, or otherwise you will have to wait for that email and then try your luck to get a place in the group. Okay. I can imagine that people who are using GoToWebinar right now, for them it may be a little difficult to use it to scan as well, but I still feel that it's still possible. Okay, Hamza Tahir has joined. Okay, Sheikh Muhammad Waqas has also written another way. He's saying go to WhatsApp, and in there go to settings, and there is an option to join group. Yeah, and join group through a QR code. So yes, that's another way of doing it. Thank you, Sheikh Muhammad Waqas. That's another way. Yeah, there's a QR scanner in your WhatsApp as well. All right, so that's more or less it for the day. You have to, like I said, decide who the leader is going to be now that you've done it once, and the bar has already been set very high. So this time around, I would look at the level of preparedness, whoever is going to come in next. The task is very simply this OPA document. The leader will have to ensure that there is quality conversation that happens on each OPA document shared. So I think it will be best if people who presenting join using their laptops. They will be able to share their work through that. Otherwise, on your phones, you may find it difficult to share your screen and share the worksheets. It may be possible, but it's a little cumbersome. I would still suggest that use your laptops and share your documents, through your laptops in that session, Microsoft Teams. Any other important announcement, Feroz, that we want to make? Yes, it was about the group rules. So this WhatsApp group, like I explained to the people who've already joined, like I explained to them earlier, please use it for 6 digits communication only. Okay. If you find any material, like there were people who were talking about Steve Jobs videos, anything that you find interesting, relevant to the conversation, to, let's suppose, the topic, goal setting, etc., you could you could share it through the group. Please don't use it for any religious or any political commenting. Okay, not even for wishing each other on occasions. Please, I would say, let's keep it specifically for 6 digits at the moment. Once the 6 digits programs will be over, then it will automatically become a networking group, and that is when, with certain limitations, of course, even then, you will be able to use it for pure networking and for reasons other than just 6 digits as well. All right, so people are still asking for the WhatsApp link. Again, if Feroz, you can paste the link in chat, and people can then pick it up from the chat box. Yeah. Another meeting starting. All right, so I think that's more or less all about it. I hope you enjoyed the session. I would Okay, great. I would encourage all of you to go to the WhatsApp group, give your feedback, give your comments about the videos, about today's session, about today's conversation, about your progress in that OPA document, the objective setting document, right? So I will be looking forward to the comments and the feedback from all of you about today's session as well. Next week, we are hopefully going to switch over to the next topic, and the next topic is going to be business proposal writing, or thinking about business ideas. Okay, and the entire week is going to be around business ideas. So I think that will be very, very interesting. A lot of startup entrepreneurship, interesting ideas. Um, Feroz, I'm leaving it to you to solve the issues people are facing with joining the WhatsApp group. Ghulam Asad is once again saying he's not able to use the link to reach. or to connect. So please help them in joining the group. And that's all from my side. Thank you for so very much. Take good care of yourself and see you all on Saturday. Take care. Bye bye.
Ghulam Asad, I have pasted the link. Are you trying to say that you cannot click it? If you're using your mobile, you might not be able to click that link. Yes, you won't be able to click on that link if you're on your mobile phone. I would advise that you save a screenshot, or you could wait till Saturday. I'll paste the link in the in that Teams meeting, that unmoderated session, and then you can click on it. Or you can join in by using your laptop and simply scan the code using your mobile. Rest who have joined the WhatsApp group and wish to leave, they can. No worries. Ghulam Asad, if you're still there, someone has suggested that when you open the settings of your WhatsApp, there is a QR code scanner option on the top right corner. Click that, then go to scan code, and in the bottom left corner, there is an option to select the screenshot. You can use that screenshot to join the group as well. People who have joined using their mobile phones can use this method to join the WhatsApp group. Okay, I believe that everybody has joined the WhatsApp group, and people who are still facing difficulties, I'll try to resolve them on the Saturday's unmoderated session. And that's it for today. We'll meet you guys, inshallah, on Saturday. Bye bye. I am signing off.